I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Baseball evolved roughly from the English game of cricket. However, because of anti-British sentiment in America, the game underwent many changes to make it distinctive and less like cricket. There were many different variations of the game at first. Baseball leagues sprouted as early as 1840. New York led the way in creating their version of town ball, which eventually flourished around the country, and its rules replaced those created by other baseball variations. New York's economic and large social environment was part of the reason for baseball's popularity there. By the time that the Civil War came about, baseball had already spread to most regions of Northeast America and was growing considerable favor among the public. Many players in their respected leagues enlisted in the Army, some on the Union side and others on the Confederate side. The Civil War had brought about more American casualties than all other involved wars put together. For soldiers to take breaks from carnage and boredom at times, they would start pickup baseball games. Scheduled contests were played by prisoners of war and soldiers with past experience. Companies would schedule games versus each other. Games would be played everywhere, from fields around the campsites to public towns for all to spectate. Baseball quickly turned into a social game, allowing not only soldiers to play, but boys and townspeople as well. Rules had to be agreed upon before play, because there were still a good amount of rule variations. While pickup games were flourishing in the war trenches, college-level baseball was busy creating scheduled seasons which would set the bar for future scheduling. By the end of the Civil War in 1865, baseball had spread across much of America, but was postponed with the collapse of the Confederate Army. However, soldiers entering the war in 1861 with no knowledge of the game of baseball had a very good chance of seeing a game and probably playing in one. Also, by the time the war was over, the college game had set a level of organization for regular scheduling. This set the stage for amateur and social clubs with former soldiers to flock to. It is well documented that after the Civil War, many new leagues and clubs made its roots, containing players of every race and social status. Specifically, Negro leagues had flourished around this time, and play between races was popular. Unfortunately, there are still much racial tensions between whites and blacks in baseball, which would not be sorted out until well into the 20th century.
First thing that you notice is everybody wearing the number 42. It's all over the place. You know exactly the reason for today. You know exactly what he meant to the game.
It's mind-blowing Like I said, it gives you chills every time you go out there and wear number 42.
It was very special to be able to put that number on and just represent, what he stood for and all the struggles he went through for me to be able to play this game.
I think of it as a prideful thing, and I take a lot of honor and respect when I go into the game and wear that 42 on my back.
Wow. It's legacy. The number alone is tremendous responsibilities, and being the last player to wear number 42 is a blessing and a privilege and an honor.
I'm Robert Flores. Here's what's happening on SportsCenter right now.
The media has taken over Major League Baseball. Commercial media brings us entertainment while promoting messages of what the players and fans want. We're all subject to it. Look, it's Nike. We all know this symbol. And check it out. There's ESPN. They're everywhere. But if they can make us laugh, who cares, right?
Press 2.
Hey, this is the Freak. I'm not on my desk right now. No. Hey, this is the Franchise. Franchise? That's arrogant. Hey, this is the Freaky Franchise here. Big time Timmy Jim's office here. No one even calls me that. Hi, this is Tim Lincecum. If you leave your name, number, and a short message, I'll be sure to get...
Hey, big time Timmy Jim, what's up?
If you're unhappy with your greeting.
Today, advertising media is seen everywhere in baseball, and there is no limit on what could be advertised. We got Petco Park in San Diego named after pets, Coors Field named after beers, Citi Field named after a bank. But who cares? Us fans will still wear our team colors. Or maybe not. But the media takes it too far, crowding athletes, surrounding them like circus acts. The biggest issue surrounds the use of steroids. Scandals have sent the media into a roid rage frenzy, trying to find out which players are using them and which players are not.
Controversial home run king Barry Bonds is trending as his perjury trial related to steroid allegations gets underway in San Francisco.
A grand jury has indicted pitching legend Roger Clemens, saying he lied to Congress when he denied ever using steroids or growth hormones. But Clemens is defiant now as he was before that congressional committee 2 years ago.
Sports Illustrated is reporting that New York Yankees slugger Alex Rodriguez tested positive for steroids back in 2003.
The media wanted answers, causing MLB Commissioner Bud Selig to hire George Mitchell, a senator from Maine, to create an investigation in his league. The turnout of the investigation, a 409-page report, has stated the names of players who had reportedly tested positive for steroids.
The Mitchell Report, the culmination of former Senator George Mitchell's investigation into substance abuse in Major League Baseball. That list includes some pretty high-profile names, such as former Cy Young Award winners Roger Clemens and Eric Gagne, as well as MVPs Miguel Tejada, Barry Bonds, and Jose Canseco.
The Mitchell Report was so in-depth that it even caught the kids from the Sandlot, including Ham, Smalls, and even Benny the Jet Rodriguez were all on steroids. Just kidding about those kids from the Sandlot. They were pretty good, though. At the end of the day, we don't care about the steroids, the media, the advertisements. We just care about baseball, America's pastime.